friends, this is our math mini lesson for May 5th, and I am going to go over the Windowpane and a few of the word problems. But first, let me go with our target for today. So our target is, math target is, I can solve equations to answer questions. So that's what you're going to be working on, because sometimes you have to think about the question they're asking. So here is your window pane for the day. It says fill in with the correct symbol, less than, equal to, or greater than. And in order to do these, you need to do the math. So here's one that I did. It's not one on there. 35 minus 10. What's 35 minus 10? If you said 25, you are right. What's 12 plus 12? It's a double. If you said 24, that is correct. So am I going to put the less than, the equal to, or the greater than? Now that I've done the math, I know that this one, 35 minus 10, is greater than 12 plus 12. So you got to do the math for these. For these two down here, make sure to keep the whole and break up the part in order to do the subtraction. Okay? Or if you start with this one and you're adding up to this one, do the popsicle stick. So do the math for the top and then use a strategy that works for you for the back. Here are our word problems for today. The first one says, Miss Chaffee planted vegetable seeds in her garden. She planted 118 tomato plants, close but not really, 85 cucumber plants, woo, and she planted 35 bean plants. How many plants did she plant in all? So that's the first question you need to answer. You need to add all three of them together. 118 plus 85 plus 35. Add them all together. That's the first step. So you're answering this question first. The second question is, how many more tomato plants did she plant than green beans? So going up here, here's my number for tomato plants. Here's my number for green beans. I'm not going to use the cucumber in this one. And that word more tells me to subtract. So step 2 is 118 minus 35 equals something. So that is your math for this piece. Down here, Mrs. Bruzy plants lots of flower bulbs in her garden. She planted 45 lily bulbs, 64 tulip bulbs, and 76 Irish bulbs. A deer got into her garden, and she lost 49 plants. How many plants does she still have growing? So in order to figure this out, you need to add together 45, 64, and 76 at first. 45 plus 64 plus 76. That will give you the number of plants she has growing in her garden to begin with. Then you take this answer and move it over here and subtract the 49 plants that the deer ate. Thinking about this, whatever this answer is, I know it's going to be close to 200. This is really close to 50. So use that step to help you subtract from that. So those are our math problems. And again, our target is that you can solve equations to answer questions. So over here, we answered greater than, less than, or equal to. And over here, we answered questions from the word problem. I hope that makes sense, mathematicians. Have fun doing your math, and I will see you this afternoon with a read aloud.